slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future.
Living seems easy when you're flying like an eagle. From 1,000 feet in the air, Schuylkill County can appear breathtakingly calm, peaceful, and quiet.
I want to fly like an eagle.
Yet for many of us, meeting the challenges of life at ground level is anything but serene.
I want to fly like an eagle till I'm free.
My name is Dale Dewald. I work with Big Lots. I've been with Big Lots since 2001. I have a 14-year-old son now that was born in 1996 that I was able to touch with the United Way to help him develop where he is today. Michael was 10 weeks premature, and when he was born, they had to help him develop. He did not have full, even lung capacity to breathe. He was in neonatal care for several weeks, actually longer, a month and a half. Schuylkill United Way provides a service with early development of children that are premature. They were able to sit down and get his just basic motor functions. He did a lot of things, just so many I couldn't even begin to even name them all. Because of that though, he is what he is today. If you did not know his story, you would have no idea. He went from a child that we didn't even know was going to live. He's now 14 years old and climbing trees, falling out of trees, jumping downstairs, playing guitar, hanging out with his buddies, girlfriends, getting ready for cars. You know, he's no different than any other 14, 15-year-old boy you see out in the street now. I give to the Schuylkill United Way to try to give back just a fraction of what they did. I could never give enough. I could give it all and not be able to give enough. How do you put a price tag on my son being normal?
Through the decades, since being established as the Community Chest in 1936, the Schuylkill United Way has been able to rely upon the strong support of our county financial institutions.
I have been involved with Schuylkill United Way for approximately 15 years, but I've been aware of the organization for most of my life. I remember as a child growing up, my father used to come home and say that he was going to a community chest dinner, and I became aware of what United Way was all about at that time. I'm employed by Union Bank and Trust Company for 53 years and started there as a clerk, actually typing up loans and so forth, and became a teller and worked my way up to the ladder to vice president and cashier of the bank. I feel it's important to give to the United Way because we all owe back to the community. Each and every one of us. We earn our money here, we live here, and I think we should all be responsible to give back to the community. I have seen through the years what this money does, and it's really put to good use. And these organizations that receive the money, a lot of them would have a hard time staying in operation without the funds of the United Way.
The United Way encompasses so much within a community. It's the lifeblood of a community because it gives things to people sometimes when they need it the most, and sometimes when they don't need it the most. It's just there. I've always visualized it as this, this web that can make miracles happen. It has for me, and I know it has for so many other people that I've come in contact with in my life. But it continues to surprise me each and every day. I can't imagine living without the United Way. My name is Jack Bertolette, and I own a Volkswagen agency with the rest of my family, and we've been in business for 47 years, selling one brand, VW, which we happen to enjoy very much. Yeah. When I first found out that the United Way agency touched every other person within our county, it was amazing, and I thought to myself, well, did they ever touch me? And when I was lucky enough to go through and experience all the United Way agencies, I found out it had. A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Now, as a 12-year-old kid, those words didn't mean anything to me. but as a 56-year-old father and husband and man, they mean everything to me. Because if we just follow those basic rules throughout our lives, it makes all the difference. And I got that training, I got those lessons because of moms and dads that were den mothers and Boy Scout leaders, and because the Boy Scout of America existed. And it exists through funding by the United Way.
Avenues is absolutely a tremendous organization for people with intellectual developmental disabilities. There's a lots of opportunities there. My name is Joshua Stranix. I work at Giant in the Cressona Mall. I think it's better to have adults with a disability have real jobs like I have, good paying jobs, instead of being in a workshop. I support United Way because it helps with avenues.
Schuylkill United Way is important to Schuylkill County because it helps people, whether they're in need. The Red Cross helping the people, that is dear to my heart because I've had some friends that have had to need the help from the Red Cross. My name's Diane Snyder and I drive tractor trailer for Wegmans Food Markets. I give to the Schuylkill United Way because it's sort of a way of giving back. Now that I am able to, a few years back I needed assistance myself. I was a single parent and I needed assistance from organizations like the United Way to help people. So now that I am in a better situation in my life, I need to give back because I am able to. A few weeks before Thanksgiving, my boss called me into his office, and normally the only time you get called into the office is if you did something bad. So I was worried, what did I do? And he tried to play a joke on me. He tried to actually think that I did something bad. That's what he had me thinking. And he couldn't hold it straight because I kept saying to him, please just tell me, what did I do wrong? And he said, you did nothing wrong. He said, we just came back from the breakfast. He said, and you know, United Way, they had the big grand prize of the car. And I said, yes. But my first question was, how was our employee contribution? Were we #1 again? Because I was very interested in that. And he said, yes, we were. I said, oh, congratulations. And he said, but let's get back to the car. And I said, oh, okay. He said, you won it. And I said, I won the car. And he said, yes, you did. And I said, no, I didn't. He said, no, yes, you did. And I said, wow. And I started crying, and it was like a big baby. And then I got home, and I got on the phone and made arrangements, and the day before Thanksgiving, I received the car. So we had something to be very thankful for that day. Very thankful.
Stories like these can be found in every corner of Schuylkill County. Almost 75,000 county residents have been touched by the agencies supported by the Schuylkill United Way. We are living in times at least as scary and uncertain as those our ancestors had to deal with back in 1936. All the more reason to reach a little deeper into our pockets to help others this year. Please allow these stories inspire you to help the less fortunate, have hope, and be thankful.
Please help us to help someone in need. Give to United Way this year.